First of all, I'm super excited to see my words like in graphic depictions. And Emily, these will be in our magazine soon, so just letting you know. On March 16th, I got a call from the governor. Her office called. I was sitting in Court Avenue Brewing Company eating dinner with my family. And they said, Jessica, I know tomorrow's St. Patrick's Day, but we're shutting down the bars. And I said, oh, tomorrow at noon. Yep, tomorrow at noon. Beer and corned beef is already in the restaurants and bars. And I said, okay, well, define a bar. And that sounds like a funny question, but it isn't a funny question in my industry. Is a bar a place that only has alcohol? Is it based on volume? Is it based on dollar sales? Is it based on menu? Is it like the Smoke-Free Air Act where it's about how you prepare food? I said, please, give me an hour. Give me an hour. That's all I'm asking for. And I got on the phone with my board of directors. That includes Pizza Ranch and Culver's. It includes Court Avenue Brewing Company, where I happen to be, and it includes restaurants and bars from all across the state. And I said, look, this is what we're facing. And that brave group of people said, they can't do it. They got to take us all. And so that group of board members were bold enough to be the people in the room, one of my little things. They made a big decision. They said, call the governor's office back and say they have to take us all. Pizza Ranch, they could have stayed open. Culver's, they could have stayed open. McDonald's, they could have stayed open. They chose not to. They chose to build a shield. And that's what I really want to talk about today. I love the idea of a shield wall. And I love it because I love Lord of the Rings, and the dwarves build them and the elves build them, if you're a Lord of the Rings geek. The Romans built them, but you know who built them the best? The Vikings. And you know who the Vikings had? They had the Valkyrie. They had women warriors. And so when you're in a crisis, like we were in a crisis, we chose to build a shield wall. And our crisis was a $1.4 billion crisis for our industry. But I want to leave you with something different. I want you to think about when you need to build a shield wall, because it isn't just about a business crisis. It can be a health crisis. It can be a family crisis. And when you look around you, have you surrounded yourself with the people that you need to help you build that shield wall? Well, first of all, you're probably around some irritating people. So first, assume positive intent. They probably don't mean to be irritating to you. They probably bring something in the party. Put them in your shield wall, right? Lock up with them. College graduates. We all love them, but they don't stay very long. Get them in there, learn something from them, ask them to stay. Teach them what to do and say, after I teach you what to do, you gotta be in my shield wall for at least a year. Most of them will stay. There are two sides to every story. How do I know this? I have 5 children, 2 sets of twins, boys and girls. I say I have a pair, and a spare. The oldest is the spare, and she's not real fond of that. The girls were a Hawkeye, the dark side, and a Cyclone, God's team, right? Flank them up, friends. Flank up your kids when you need your shield wall. My boys, we adopted them when they were 13 years old. They're Spanish-speaking Colombians that we got at age 13, if you want to know how crazy my life was on top of COVID, right? 1, proudly gay. 1, not. Flank them up, friends, right? Everybody bring something to your shield wall. Build that shield wall. Hire to your weakness and listen. It isn't just hire to your weakness and listen. Look around you. I hate to admit this because he's in the room. My husband is actually better at a couple of things than I am. I don't like admitting it, and if you ever repeat it, honey, I'll deny it. I hope it's not on video, right? But who is your family shield wall, right? Build your shield wall. I got 1 minute. All right. Be purple, friends. It is not a safe place to be yourself anymore, and I don't like that. I am a Republican woman. I am a Christian woman. But one of my best friends came to support me today, and she's neither of those things, let me tell you. She is a progressive Democratic woman. And you know what? She is in my shield wall. She's in my shield wall because when we choose to listen to each other, when we choose to look at where are we weak and someone else is strong, when we choose to hire to those weaknesses, when we decide maybe the young actually have something to say or our kids actually might know something we don't, not just about social media, but maybe other stuff, we're better. We're better when we do that. And so my challenge to all of you, if you hear nothing else I said, you can think about the restaurants. I'm crying about that on the news every day. But think about What is your shield wall? Who's in your shield wall? How do you build your shield wall? Because if you have your shield wall, you can survive anything. That's what we learned. That's what you'll learn. Thanks.